Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived a gentle old woman. Her hair was white as snow, and her face had soft lines that told many stories. But her eyes, oh, they sparkled with warmth and peace. Everyone in the village adored her because she was always cheerful, even when days were tough. She lived alone in a small clay house beside a large neem tree. She had no family left, and her husband had passed long ago, yet she never seemed lonely. She would sit outside in the shade, greet passersby, listen to their troubles, and offer them her comforting smile. Every morning, she smiled at the rising sun. In that peaceful village, people lived simple lives. Some worked in fields, planting rice and wheat. Some mended shoes, some sold fruits in the market. The sun was hot, the rains were late, and sometimes the winds would break the roofs. Life was never easy, but people kept going. Still, many hearts were heavy with worry. One morning, a young woman named Meera came to the old lady. Her eyes were swollen from crying. She sat down quietly and said, "Mother, I don't know what to do anymore. My husband went to the city to earn money. It's been 3 months and I haven't heard from him. The children are hungry and I'm afraid." The old lady looked at her with soft eyes and said, "Sit down, child. Tell me what you are feeling." Meera wiped her tears and whispered, "I feel lost. What if he never comes back? What if he found a new life without us?" The old woman placed a hand on hers. "When we think only of the worst, we forget the good that still remains," she said. "Our hearts grow heavier with fear, and it becomes harder to breathe." "But how can I think of anything good?" Meera asked. "There is no food, no help, and no answers." The old lady smiled. "Let me tell you a story, my child." Meera looked up, curious. The old woman began. "Once there was a young boy who lived in a dry land. His crops failed year after year. He had no family, no money, and no one to help. One evening, he sat by a stone well and cried. An old traveler saw him and asked, 'Why are you so sad, young one?' The boy replied, 'Because everything is gone. I have nothing left.' The traveler sat beside him and said, 'Look again. You have the sky, you have your breath, you have time, and you have tomorrow. You are still alive, and that is a gift many forget.' The boy did not understand at first, but he listened, and slowly he began to look at the world around him. He saw the stars, he heard the crickets, he felt the breeze, and the next day he woke up with a little more hope. He planted seeds again, he worked harder, and this time the rains came." The old woman paused. "Do you see, Meera? His life did not change because of miracles. It changed because he chose to believe in tomorrow." Meera asked, "But what if I believe and nothing changes?" The old lady smiled gently. "Even then, your heart will be lighter, and a lighter heart has more strength to carry the weight of life." Meera sat quietly thinking. The old lady continued, "If you wake up tomorrow and say, 'Today will be a better day,' you will find the courage to move forward. You will have the strength to feed your children, to wait for your husband, not in fear, but in faith." Meera nodded. "I will try," she said. "That is all it takes," the old woman replied. "A try, a thought, a seed of hope." Meera stood up with new energy. She thanked the old lady and left with a softer face. The next day, she woke up and said to herself, "Today will be a better day." She cooked with whatever she had. She smiled at her children, and she prayed not with fear, but with belief. Weeks passed. One evening, a postman came to her door with a letter. Her husband had found a job at a factory and was sending money and planning to return home. Tears filled Meera's eyes, not from sadness, but from joy. She ran to the old lady's house and held her hand. "Mother, it worked. You were right." The old woman smiled. "You see, my child, when we plant good thoughts, we often harvest good things. Troubles will always visit us, but with hope in our hearts, we can rise above them." News of the old woman's wisdom spread across the village. More people came, each carrying their burdens. She listened kindly and shared her gentle truth. Think kindly, think hopefully, and good will follow. The villagers began to change, not because life got easier, but because their hearts grew stronger. She had shown them the quiet power of thinking with light.